Each cymbal has its own individual voice within certain ranges, whether it be medium thins, medium crashes. The weight of the cymbal is just a reference point for a player to know that this is the range that he's looking for, and it's up to him to decide what subtleties in the cymbal he's looking for.
Zildjian has several lines of cymbals that meet the need of any drummer in the world. The A's, the K's, and the Z's. In my setup, I use a combination of all three, and I'm confident that I could cover just about anything that would have to be covered in any situation. And my A's are very bright and very full of a lot of color and sound in terms of harmonic overtone and primary tone.
My personal setup generally will include the K custom ride cymbal, 20-inch, and I prefer K dark crashes. They just have a very warm yet pleasing and bright tone that cuts through the music.
Well, the Z line for me is, more apropos for the kind of music that I do. The cymbals are heavier sounding cymbals. There's probably a lot more sustain to them, and you can beat them a lot harder. And I love to beat them.
My father, Avidus Zildjian, came to this country shortly before 1929. He became immediately successful as he scouted out many drummers and made the cymbals that they wanted to have in their music.
Actually, Armand Zildjian's dad, Avidus, he was the originator of the actual cymbal language that we are using today. The cymbal terminologies, crash cymbals, ride cymbals.
And I can remember drummers like Joe Jones from the Count Basie Band coming out, Buddy Rich with Tommy Dorsey, Gene Krupa with the Benny Goodman era, and many other musicians also came and insisted that their drummers play Zildjian products.
Seeing the history that's been there, like before me and before everybody that's working in the business now, that it's like this is where it all came from,
One of the most important things that the Zildjian Company felt was positive was to become very well acquainted with every drummer of significance. And this is where we get our ideas for new products. Today we have Neil Peart and Lars Aldrich and Rick Allen, just to name a few.
They are always striving to make something that the musicians are talking to them about. I've had a personal experience myself with being able to actually go into the factory and help design a cymbal, being the K custom ride.
They're always coming up with new sounds and new development ideas and advancing, the product without losing, the Zildjian tradition and quality.
The future. We now own our own drumstick facility, our own factory, and our own lumber yards in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We want to make very good quality drumsticks to go with very good quality cymbals.
Yeah, Zildjian sticks are the finest that I've played. They feel great in my hands. The wood, the hickory is the finest grade, and very consistent weight and balance-wise. I don't have any problem rolling them for straightness. They all come out like arrows. There's no bananas in the batch.
I used the ZMC miking system on the Permanent Vacation tour. I was real happy with it. Miking cymbals has basically always been a problem until the Zildjian people came up with that system, and it worked great. The snare drum, as I know it, is made of the same alloy as the cymbals are. The drum is real responsive. I can get out of it just about anything that I want. I used it on the European leg of this tour, of the Pump Tour.
all walks of life, all styles of music. The best drummers use Zildjians. And there's little 5-year-old drummers now that are going to be the monsters in another 20 years, and I'm sure they're going to be playing Zildjian as well into the 2000s.
A drum set is pretty much incomplete without a set of Zildjian cymbals hanging over them.
When you have a heritage like Zildjian, it's an obligation that you must follow. I'm dedicated to giving the best product in music that I possibly can. And that's speaking for the company also.
Serious instrument made by serious people. Serious commitment for serious drum artists. Zildjian Cymbals.